Hey, what's going on, everyone? Aaron Murray here with the Players Lounge, and I got my man Dan Jackson joining me right now as we talk a little UJ football. Spring ball is going on right now, and at the end of this, make sure you stick around because we're going to be ranking the top 10 stadiums in the SEC. No Oklahoma, Texas yet. They're not in it yet. I don't consider them in for another year, but they got some great stadiums. So we're going to be breaking down a little snake draft. Dan gets first pick, and then we'll go back and forth from there up to 10. Dan, what's going on? Happy spring ball. Easter's right around the corner. How's it going?
Going good. It's finally here. We're finally back in the swing of things. Through dog time, through the winter workouts, and it's finally here. It's good to be back.
How's the health? I think that's what we all want to know right now, especially me. We all remember 2 years ago, you were an absolute baller. Special teams on the field during defensive times,
Mhm.
playing a lot of safety, and then obviously the injury, which sucked. How you doing? Where's the recovery process?
Good. I feel really good. The foot, got the scans back. The foot's finally healed up. Thank the Lord. And getting back in the swing of things right now. Doing some running on the side, but just trying to get back to full speed. I put on about 10 pounds too of hopefully what we hope is muscle, but excited to get back out there 100% too.
So what do you weigh now?
I'm right at about 200 to 202 range. So yeah,
Ooh, you feel good to put that weight on? Like, do you feel
yeah.
stronger or do you feel sluggish?
I feel stronger.
Yeah.
Started running on the grass. First time last week, but just taking it week by week, I feel pretty good. So
All right, so Georgia has all the bells and whistles. I want you to kind of give behind the scenes because for the average person, when you get banged up, hurt, whatever it is, you're going to PT, but you don't have what the Butts-Mehre has. I mean, you don't have
yeah,
the pools, you don't have the what's the big thing where you can literally go in there and it's like zero gravity. You're running on like the
alter
moon almost.
G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk about
Mhm.
coming to some of the fun new toys that help accelerate the recovery.
Man, first off, I started out. I mean, chest deep in the pool. Just
Mhm.
just barely moving on the underwater treadmill there. Did that for a couple weeks. Right after I got off that little knee scooter, and then went from the pool to the Alter G, which is the anti gravity machine you were talking about, and started off at like 60% there, and worked up all the way to about 85%. Just running like short bursts between 1 minute off jogging and then walking for a minute. Would do that in 10-minute segments, and then now I'm finally on some dry land.
Dude, I
But
remember when I broke my leg in high school. Didn't have all the bells and whistles, but what I would do every morning, like at 5 o'clock, I'd go to the local YMCA and I would go in the pool and I would just walk laps for 2 hours before school. Just
yeah,
walk. My dad'd sit there and just watch me walk laps for 2 hours. Then after school, I'd go back to the Y and just walk laps. Like that's all I did.
yeah,
And was able to actually come back in like 6 weeks and play in a football game, which was probably not the smartest thing in the world to do, but when you got one last chance as a senior, you can find a way to make it happen. So I wish I had the bells and the whistles. Ron
yeah.
Corson is the man. He has
He
everything at
is.
his disposal. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Shout out
he's
to
he.
Ron Corson and Connor Norman too, especially. They've helped.
he
They've been huge in my recovery process.
hey, give Connor some crap. Not even crap. This is funny. So Connor wore 11,
Yep.
and Connor and I played together. He was defense special teams. Connor had like the normal DB face mask. I wear
Yeah.
a normal quarterback face mask. Well, anyways, the amount of rookie cards, so like cards that I would have
Yeah.
that were actually Connor. So like I'm in the league and people are like, "Hey, Aaron, sign this card, sign this card," and it was Connor. I'm like, that's not even me. And it was like Tops, like a big brand. And
Yeah.
it had the
That's
DB
awesome.
visor. He's wearing long sleeves and gloves on both hands.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell did Tops do? This looks nothing like me. So I honestly like, and I still get every now and then I'll get like fan mail with like, hey, sign this for my son or
And
whatever.
it's Connor.
And I'm like, it's Connor
Yeah.
Norman.
Yeah.
I'm like, Connor, you need to call them and say you owe me X amount of money because Aaron said he signed at least 1,000 cards and it was actually me and not Aaron. So,
Yeah.
he's got some money
Connor
out there.
Connor needs to rack up on that NIL. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does need to
He
rack up on
he's
that
got
NIL. He's got some babies too.
heck yeah.
All right. So what's different with this team? What have you seen so far to start spring ball? I know you're not as involved with practice as you continue to get healthy, but
Yeah,
from kind of being in the meetings, what is 2023 going to be about? Like, what is the theme and what's the feel?
man, full of energy right now. I kid you not, like that. So Saturday was our first day of full pads, and um, if we keep having practices like that, it's going to be really good. Uh, we've got the talent, and if we can continue to get more guys, like these younger guys bought in, sky's the limit, in my opinion. And then, as just from my point of view, I've been able to help, walkthroughs, grabbing scripts right now. Not actually taking the reps, but trying to get those young guys, locked in, which they have been. So
Well, I think leadership is key because Chris, I love Chris. Losing
yeah,
Chris, I think it's going to hurt. Keely
oh
obviously
yeah,
was great, but you guys, there's not a lack of talent on defense. I think
hmm
it's going to be maybe the most talented defense Georgia's had in the past 3 years, which is kind of
yeah,
scary with everyone back at all three levels.
hmm
Who's really beside yourself has stepped up as like that leadership role with some of those guys leaving?
yeah. Well, as you said, that's the plan, to have the best defense. But I mean, guys that you continue to see, or I continue to see on a daily basis, Javon Bullard, Tyke Smith, Kamari, all those guys. And I mean, I could really name most of our upperclassmen, David Daniel, all those guys have just been locked in meetings, and you're starting to feel that connection between the DB group. Um, and like I said, I could go all the way up and down the list, but all those guys have stepped up and really tried to lead this spring from what
Any
I've seen.
and any young bucks that kind of surprise you? Any of those mid-year guys?
Yeah, I mean,
Or even like guys that redshirted last year that really didn't get to play that
yeah.
kind of have like, wow, where did he come from?
It's still really early, but I've
Yeah.
seen we've really just been set. Like I said, Saturday was the first day of pads, but all those guys looked really good. You're starting to grasp the concepts more and more. You got Justin Rhett, Jonell, and then you got AJ Harris. All three of those guys look good Saturday. Then we got Dion. I mean, all four of those guys have been looking really good and trying to take advantage of the reps they've been given. So
Now, what's your message to them as they're trying to digest this playbook of
yeah.
like how to handle it? Because I'm sure it's pretty damn intense. We
Oh
watched
yeah.
the film and it's you guys aren't just line up in a 4-3 and playing a little
Yeah.
cover four. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna name any names, but one of those new guys came up to me Saturday and he was like, "Man, I'm getting it." You know what I mean? He's like, "I think I got it," and I was like, "Hang on," I was like, "Just take it easy." Like,
It's only day one install. Let's
yeah,
take a
it's
breather
day
here.
one. But man, the biggest thing that I've been trying to stress um to those younger guys is you got to have a next play mentality. It's so easy to lose your confidence at this level when you're going against the guys that we've got on offense. But you like I said, you just got to take it play by play and have a short term memory when it comes to playing defense here.
Love it.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
well, we're excited for G Day, which is coming up here in a few weeks. We're going to change it a little bit right now. Dan and I are going to go right at the moment, top 10 stadiums in the SEC. Have a little fun with this one.
let's
A
do it.
little rapid fire, quick explanation, little snake draft. So Dan's going to go first. I'll get the next two. He'll get the next two. I'll get the next two. And we'll work our way all the way up to 10. So I gave you the easy one. You go first. I don't
Yep.
want to
Give me
put you in a
Sanford.
weird spot here since you are the one actually, wearing the red and black right now, and I'm just the old man. So you're up first. Number one stadium in the SEC. Go ahead.
No brainer. Sanford Stadium, without a doubt. Best place to play in the SEC, best fans in the nation. Give me Sanford.
All right. My number two, I'm gonna go with Neyland, Tennessee. Just it's driving up to it, it's massive, it's loud, and when they're winning, it is one of the hardest places to play in the SEC. So that's number two on our list. Number three, never played there, been there, and I've heard a lot of good things. Give me LSU, give me Tiger
Yeah.
Stadium. Nothing's
Yeah.
worse than playing there at night, from what I've heard. So
You've never
there's
played there?
my number three. Never played there. They played at us,
Okay.
never played there,
Yeah.
but I've been once,
Yeah.
and it's massive and very, very scary.
Man, that was my next one. Those were both two of my top. I've always wanted to play at LSU, especially at night. But for these next two, these could be, these are right up next to each other. Give me Jordan Hare. I played there noon, or you were there. You were commentating that one. Really kind of my first game getting to play was Auburn. And then give me William Bryce. Give me South Carolina.
Woo.
Haven't gotten to play there yet at night, but Coach Muschamp was he was like, guys, I really wish y'all could experience this place at night. It gets rocking, but
Dude, I
that noon
love
game there was fun too. We've had a lot of noon games since I've been here, but
dude,
give me Auburn and
playing
give
it
me South Carolina.
playing at South Carolina at night it's fun because it is incredible, but I got my ass kicked. It
Yeah,
sucked. Just FYI, it's really tough.
yeah.
All right, so that's our top five. Number six for me, I'm gonna go with the Swamp.
Okay.
Same thing. Never played there. I went to a ton of games as a kid growing up. Another place that's just iconic. It's loud. It's crazy when they're winning. One of the toughest environments to play in all of college sports. That orange and blue is ugly as hell, but give it to them. We'll go with Florida at six, and then seven for me. I'll go Alabama.
Okay.
Never played there, been before. It's massive, not as noisy, but it definitely get
Yeah.
rocking, and it's a pretty damn cool looking stadium. So give me that at seven.
I agree with you there. Bama was probably next for me, but here's a sleeper in my opinion. Number 11 in terms of capacity, but give me Missouri. Reason
Mm-hmm.
being is because that place got rocking last year. First real night game for us, and it was a tough place to play.
Yeah.
We it was a battle to the very end, but we came out on top. And man, we used a lot of these up, but I guess I never played here either. But give me A&M, biggest
Yeah.
biggest stadium. Uh, capacity wise, I know Cal Field gets rocking, so give me A&M.
All right. Yeah, I've announced the game there, and it is loud as hell. I announced the A&M and Auburn game there, and I could feel it shaking up in the booth. All right, my last one, number 10, to finish the list off. Go Mississippi State because of the Cowbells. It's a good stadium, nice stadium, decent size, but those Cowbells are annoying. It
Yep.
is something that makes the SEC so unique. The fans, and
Yep.
you throw some crazy fans with some big ass cowbells, and it makes it all the more special. So there's our top 10. Dan and
Yep.
I breaking it down. We'll make some fun clips of that, get out there on social media as well. Appreciate you jumping on with us. Continue to get
No problem.
healthy. Continue to read the Red Baby.
Yep.
And we're excited to see you guys in spring G Day here in a
Yep.
couple weeks.
Doing the duty. Doing the
Doing the
duty
duty that
every day.
lies near his baby.
That's right.
All right, that's Dan Jackson, safety there at the University of Georgia. Continue to follow us on all social medias at the Players Lounge. Continue to subscribe to our brand new platform at the www.theplayerslounge.io. Have all the best stories, videos, content of all the players across our platform. So make sure you go check it out. Subscribe today, and Dan, we'll check you out soon, probably after spring.
Appreciate you.
Go
See ya.
Dogs.